Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today on your mats. Let's see, today's class we're focusing on hips and some balancing poses as well. It's all about moving with intention, with purpose. And I've been, I've always used what we call the 8 limbs of yoga in my classes, and I use them on and off the mat. So I think it's the perfect time for me to dive back into studying a little bit more, the Yoga Sutras, which basically translates to the laws of life, right? Because whatever we do on our mats, we can, bring them outside the mat as well. So basically, today, which I'm not going to be talking the whole time during class, but you will hear words here and there, like ahimsa, for instance, translates to non-harming, right? So often you will hear me saying, listen to your body. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Satya, which translates to honesty, right? Being honest with ourselves on our mats and also off the mat. And Asteya, which is living a life with integrity. So whatever that means to you. All right. So again, thanks for joining me. Let's start today in child's pose, but I want you to bring your knees extra wide. So what we call the wild child's pose. So your knees may even come outside your mat. So like I said, we're focusing quite a bit on hips today. So just let your sits bones get heavy towards the heels. If you're feeling a little extra tight, you can even rest your forehead on a block. You can extend the arms as wide as your sticky mat, or you can even wrap your arms by the sides of your body. Just take a moment here to fully arrive. No need to change anything. Just start to notice each inhale and exhale. Taking note of the mind. Is it the mind wandering? Is it busy? Can you let go of the chatter? And then bring attention to your physical body. Noticing where you might be carrying tension. Often when we're dealing with stress, anxiety, when we worry in general, we're humans, we all worry about something at some point. We hold that in our bodies. And as you start to tune in a little bit more with each breath that comes in and out, start to disconnect to the external world. Start to connect into that peaceful, quiet space within yourself. And now start to deepen your breath a little bit more. Start to add volume and texture to the breath, making your breath audible. Soften a bit more into the low back and the groins. Relax the fingers, your jaw. And then as you stretch your arms a little bit more, you're going to press yourself into a tabletop. Fine, stay here, come to all fours, setting up the shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. Inhale, let your chest Shift forward as you lift your tailbone, engage your belly. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin towards your chest. And then inhale for cow pose. So we're gonna stay here for a few rounds. I want you again to start to find your rhythm. Let your breath guide you here. And be honest with yourself. What is it that you need today? Do you need a little bit more? Do you need to explore more, moving the body perhaps in a different way? Start to detach yourself from judgment. And remember that everything that I cue in a class that I offer, right, is just suggestions. What may serve me may not serve you. So that's where Satya plays, which is, honesty, truth, being honest with yourself. And then as you exhale, press back, child's pose. Inhale, shift forward back into that cow, lift the gaze, the tailbone. Exhale, press back, child's pose. So we're going to start to add a little bit more dynamic movement here, warming up the spine and the shoulders. Last one, inhale. Exhale, press back into your child's pose. Now we're going to start to add a little bit of push-up. So you're going to inhale, shift forward, drop the hips slightly, bend your elbows, and then press yourself up again. Press back, child's pose. Inhale, shift forward, baby push up, chaturanga push up, and then press back. You don't have to take the push-ups. It's an option. You can stick with your child's pose. We have one more round here. Keep hugging the elbows in as you bend your elbows. Follow the breath. Next time, stretch your arms even more. And then inhale, let the hips drop, lift your feet off the ground for hanging cobra. And then press back, child's pose. Do this 3 more times at your own pace, getting a little bit more into the hips. Stretching, opening that front body, but keep pressing through the palms. Roll those shoulders down away from your ears. Last one. And then find downward dog. Paddle the feet. Shake your head, yes and no. My legs are super sore. I took my very first capoeira class last night after 3 months. So I may regret my decision. It felt really good at the moment, but who knows? I feel like I'm gonna be a little bit sore tomorrow, even more than I am right now. All right, start to walk the hands towards your feet. Keep your feet hip width, at least 2 fists in between. Press your hands on your shins. Inhale, lengthen flat back, pull that belly in, exhale to bow. And then inhale once again, create space, soften the knees, relax the shoulders, and fold. Final one, breathe in. Now cactus your arms here. So bring the tips of the shoulder blades to kiss behind your back. Good, press firmly through the feet. Feel the quads engaging. And release. Grab your elbows with opposite hands. Sway here a little bit from side to side. Shake your head, yes and no. Bend your knees generously. Engage the belly. Roll the spine to stand. Come all the way up. Sweep your arms. Inhale. As you exhale, heart leads the way. Fold with a flat back. Inhale. Walk forward to plank. We're gonna hold it here for 3 breaths. Your knees are more than welcome to come to the floor. Press your palms, zip up through the belly and the legs. So wake up your quads here, press your heels back, reach the crown of the head forward. You're gonna start to feel a little bit of that heat building up, which we also call the tapas in the 8 limbs of yoga. The tapas to purify. And shift forward, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Take your time. Ground yourself when you come to downward dog. Refine your pose and then go right in. Breathe. Stay present. Find your breath. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, fold. Keep your left hand under the face, fingertips to the floor or a block. You're gonna bend your left knee a lot. Raise your right arm to the sky. Breathe into the side body. So you should breathe from your outer ankle all the way up into the hip, into that side body, in between each rib. Reach your arm forward and then slowly switch sides. Right hand to the floor, raise your left arm, brighten the fingers. Keep reaching from the crown of your head. Breathe into that leg as well. Reach your arm forward, bring the hand to the floor. Press your feet, inhale, rise. Hands reach, palms touch, exhale, right back down. Inhale, walk forward to plank. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Exhale to downward dog. As we move through a few sun salutations, preparing the body, fully arriving on our mats. Walk the hands back. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, fold. Press through your feet, rise, inhale. This time as you exhale, lace the fingers behind your back, squeeze the shoulder blades, breathe in. And breathe out, fold. Let the torso drape over the legs. Shake the head, yes and no. Open and close the mouth. Rinse those knuckles away from your spine. So your knuckles are going to eventually face the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are. And they may even come over your head. Now, keep your bind, bend your left knee, open your chest to the right. So same that IT band stretch here. But also creating space in the shoulders. Last breath in. Stay for the exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale, switch sides. So bend your right knee, keep your left leg straight. Peel the chest open to the left. One more mindful breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, center. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, walk forward, plank. Let's do a little bit of core here. So we're gonna work with those hip dips. So remember, the knees can come to the floor. Level 2, roll your toes to the right, raise your right arm to the sky. Exhale, back to center. Roll the toes to the left, raise your arm. Otherwise, just move the hips. You can just dip the hip and back to center and switch sides. So keep going here. If you want a little bit more, you're gonna thread the needle, bring the hand under the ribs, reach the arm back up, and then slowly center. We're gonna do this a couple more times. No need to rush. Even if you do 2 good ones, that's all that matters. Last one. Back to center. Take an inhale, exhale, move like you flow, or just press back to your downward facing dog. Raise your right leg to the sky, step your right foot forward. Plant your left heel, inhale, rise, warrior one. So classic pose here, right? All the warriors. We're gonna cover almost every single one in this class. Brighten the fingers, lift the gaze, take a big breath in. Exhale, open twist to your right, extend your arms sideways, shoulder level. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, lace the fingers, breathe in. Exhale, humble warrior. Again, really find sensation here. Don't be shy. Bend that right knee. You can rest your shoulder on your leg, relax your neck here, your head. Avoid gripping the toes, your jaw. And release the hands to frame your foot. Step back to your plank. You can take your flow or just find a resting pose. Whatever you choose, make sure you're moving with intention, with purpose. Remember that each pose has its own breath. Every pose means something. Inhale, raise left leg. Step your left foot forward. Plant your right heel. Inhale, rise. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Square off the hips, firm up through the legs. Another breath in. Exhale, open twist to your left. So think as if you're shooting energy from the fingertips. So wake up your arms. Good. Back to center. Lace the fingers behind your back. Breathe in and breathe out. Fold for humble warrior. Avoid shifting that left hip to the left too much. Keep wrapping your hip back towards that right heel. How's your breath? Last one, breathe in. As you exhale, frame your foot. You know what to do, move like you. If you need more, flow. If you need less, rest. Thinking of, so again, ahimsa, non-harming ourselves, no harming others. Satya, honesty, being honest with ourselves. So we may be honest with others. Bend your knees, look forward. Either step or jump to the top of your mat. Breathe and lengthen. And breathe out, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms, rise. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Step your feet slightly wider than the hips. Now, bring the fingertips to the floor. Sit nice and low here. So the feet are wider. So this is bear pose. Reach your arms in front of you as if you're holding a beach ball. So think about your torso being parallel to the floor, not like your regular chair pose. You're gonna feel that fire, the burning, maybe the shaking. Sit in that imaginary chair, relax the shoulders. One more breath here, and release. Breathe and lengthen. As you breathe out, step your left foot back. Inhale, rise, warrior one, once again. This time we're gonna twist again. Option to go a little deeper, friends, and take the hands to the heart center. So again, either extend your arms or you're gonna hook your left elbow outside your right leg. But keep that left heel pressing down on the ground to square off your hips. Breathe for one more. Slowly come back to center. Release your hands towards the top left corner of your mat. Find those downward dog arms, but stay committed through the legs. So that right knee is gonna wanna hug in towards the armpit. Press your knees slightly out and let that spine get nice and long. Walk the hands towards the midline. Release your left knee to the ground. Keep your left hand on the floor. Reach your right hand back, bend your knee. Let's add a little quad stretch here. So again, using the shoulder blades to support the back of the heart. So you can lean back here a little bit. It's almost you're doing a baby back bend. Soften the shoulders, keep breathing. Slowly, mindfully release. Just shift the hips back for one breath. Breathe into that hamstring. Lengthen that low back. Inhale, rebend your knee. Curl the back toes under. Press back, three-legged dog. From here, you can just bend your knee, keep the shoulders square. You can add movement and start to roll that knee, drawing circles to both directions. Otherwise, you can even flip your dog, bringing your right foot to the ground, lifting the hips, feet parallel to each other. Press through the feet, remember to breathe. Come back to downward dog if you're ready. And then either pause here or take that flow. Open the heart as you inhale. Downward dog as you exhale. Raise your left leg to the sky. Step your foot forward. As you inhale, rise up, warrior one. Give yourself permission to fully arrive at the pose. Try not to anticipate to step into the future just yet. Breathe here. Choose your arm variation. We're gonna twist to the left. Inhale, exhale, twist to your left. Either arms open to the sides or hooking the elbow outside your leg. Keep wrapping your left hip back, pull the belly in, press your feet. Release the hands towards the top right corner of your mat. Find that down dog lunge. Get a little deeper. walk the hands towards the midline. Take your knee down to the floor, walk your left foot a little bit wider. Reach your hand towards that right foot, bend your knee, take your quad stretch if that's available to you. Remember, you can always use your strap, your towel. Watch so that right shoulder is not coming up towards your ear. Mindfully release. Shift your hips back, extend through your left leg. Just one mindful breath here. On your next inhalation, rebend your knee, curl the back toes under, press back, three-legged dog. So remember, you have a couple of options here. Maybe just stay in stillness, bending your knee, draw the heel towards your glute. Otherwise, you start to move the knee, drawing small or big circles, or flip your dog if you did so on the other side. You can add the back bend, press the feet, breathe. Back to your downward dog. Move like you. We all meet in downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the top of your mat. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, fold. Inhale to rise. Hands to the heart center. Step your feet wider than the hips. Take another inhale. We're gonna sit low into that bear pose once again. If you notice that you're putting too much tension in your shoulders or neck, you can always cactus your arms, but the full expression of the pose is reaching the arms, again holding that imaginary beach ball. Embrace the challenge, embrace the fire. And fold. Take a breath in. Stay for your exhale. Another inhale. Exhale. This time, step your left foot back, but stay on the ball of your left foot. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Stack the shoulders over the hips, square off the hips. Tap into the power of your breath, of your legs. Maybe lift your gaze slightly. Breathe in. Breathe out, twist to your right. Flip your left palm, reach up and back. Come back to center. Take your hands to the heart center. Breathe in. Breathe out to warrior three. So floating that left leg about hip height, or not if your balance is not there today. Adding that baby cobra to your pose so the chest is open. Maybe you even reach your arms back. Those back toes are pointing down towards the floor. Standing legs strong. One more breath here. Inhale back to that high lunge. Lace the fingers behind your back. Option here to plant that left heel on the ground. So we're gonna take the humble warrior variation, but this time we're balancing here. So the heel is not touching the ground. Otherwise, bring the heel down. Relax your neck. Take another breath here. Release the hands to the floor. Step your left foot forward so your feet are wide. We're coming down into a squat, Malasana. You can always slide a block under the sits bones. if you notice that you start to bringing the chest forward too much because it's hard for you to get your heels on the ground, you can always roll a blanket or a towel in place under the heels. One more breath here. Breathe into the hips, into the groins. Take the hands to the floor, heel toe your feet to touch. Take the hands about shoulder width. Lift your heels off the ground. Take the knees into the armpits or your triceps. Spread your fingers wide. Lift your gaze. Trust yourself. Start to shift the weight forward into the finger pads. Maybe just lift one foot off the ground today. You're drawing that belly in. Maybe you lift both and fly. Wherever you are, friends. Again, try not to judge yourself. Try not to expect anything. Just go with the flow. One more breath here. You can shoot back if you want, or just take a flow, or even just step back into a downward dog and reset. If you want to flow, flow. If you need to rest, again, listen to your body. Honor yourself. Let's take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. One more big breath in. Slow breath out. Take your left leg high. Step your foot forward. Stay on the ball of the back foot. And then at your own time, rise for your high lunge. Keep that belly drawing in and knit your ribs together. Find stillness, find your balance. Another breath in. Exhale, open twist to your left. Flip your right palm, reach up and back. Soften through the shoulders. Come back to center. Lace the fingers once again. Take a big breath in. Exhale, fold. Keep that back leg nice and strong. Shake your head yes and no. Open the shoulders. Inhale, come all the way up. Take the hands to the heart center. Big breath in. As you exhale, find that warrior three. Raise your right leg about hip height. Square the hips so both hip points are facing the floor. One more inhale, lift the heart a little bit more. Step back, high lunge, inhale. Exhale to frame your foot. Step back to plank, flow, or downward dog. Breathe here. Listen carefully. You're gonna take your right ankle on top of your left leg. Keep a soft bend on your knee. So start here first. So we're taking a figure four in our downward dog. So your right ankle is above the left knee. Some of you may need to walk the hands back a little bit more. Bend your left knee a little bit more. Find sensation into the outer hip, and then keep walking the hands back all the way. Option to add that balancing element and take the hands to the heart center. For those of you getting a little bit more into the hips, you're gonna start to take either your forearm or your elbow comes all the way to your right foot. So You're twisting as well. So working the hips and balancing at the same time. Take another breath here. Come back to center. Walk the hands forward, back into that downward dog. Find wild child's pose. Sit back, take your knees nice and wide. Rest. Thank yourself for your efforts. Give yourself permission to just observe. No efforts here. All you have to do right now is breathe. Let's all take a big breath in. Audible breath out. One more, breathe in. And breathe out. Find that downward dog if you're ready. So go back to your downward dog. And we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. So cross your left ankle on top of your right leg. Keep pressing the sits bones back. Maybe walk the hand a little bit. Take your time, try not to rush. And depending again on the flexibility or the range of motion, one side you may have to do something completely different. So if you don't feel like balancing, you can always keep your hands on the floor, but do work towards bending your right knee. That's where you're gonna add a little bit more sensation into that left outer hip. Option to add your twist. You can take your elbow or your forearm to your foot. Another full breath in. Stay for your exhale. Slowly release, bring your hands back down, walk yourself forward to a downward dog, uncross the legs, maybe paddle a little bit. You can even open the knees wide like frog and press the sits bones back. Inhale, shift forward plank. Exhale to flow. Breathe your right leg high. Step your right foot forward, open warrior two. So taking a lot of space on your mat, extend your arms. Arrive. Flip your right palm, reverse your warrior, peaceful warrior. So pretty much covering all the warriors. Come back to warrior two. Let's take a side angle here. So you can take your forearm to your leg, right? This is a stop number one. Number two, the fingertips come to the floor or a block. Use that forearm to press into your inner leg. Keep opening the chest, breathe here. You can look down and then slowly come back to your warrior two. And then exhale, reverse your warrior. Back to warrior two, straighten your leg, turn all 10 toes forward. Take your hands to your hips, breathe in. And breathe out to fold. Stretch your arms in front of you like your downward dog arms. So the hands may be flat on the ground, or you may just come to your fingertips. Now, as you reach your hands forward, press your hips back. So you're reaching in opposite directions. So think of the weight on your heels so much that your toes are gonna float off the ground. Open and close the mouth, shake the head yes, no. Just take another breath here. Now walk the hands back to center, do the opposite. So turn the fingers back, stretch your arms away from you. So now as you reach the hands behind you, you're bringing the weight forward on your toes. Keep the spine long, the breath going. Take your hands to your hips, press through your feet. Inhale, rise, sweep the arms. Exhale, open to warrior two, facing the opposite side. So the left knee is bending this time in warrior two. Flip your left palm, inhale, reach up and back. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to side angle pose. So whatever variation you tried on the other side, you may do the same here, or you may completely change. Whatever you choose, keep your heart, your chest open. Make sure your head is not simply hanging. Another breath here. You can look down, press your feet, inhale, come up to warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Back to warrior two, straighten both legs. This time, heels in, toes out. Find your horse or goddess pose. Sit low here. Bring the hands to the heart center. You can maybe move a little bit from side to side. You can move up and down, but keep pressing through the heels, and the knees are pressing slightly out towards the pinky toe side. Find stillness here. Take 2 more breaths, maybe even close your eyes. I know my quads are on fire right now. Stay present, 2 sensations, use it for transformation. Press through your feet, inhale, rise and star pose. Take another breath in. Palms touch, exhale, draw the hands to the heart center. Turn all 10 toes forward. Actually, no, just step on the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms. Exhale, fold. One final flow here. If you want, you can always just step back to downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the top of your mat. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, fold. Inhale to rise. Palms touch, energy to the heart. All right, before we cool down here and get low to the ground, we're gonna do one more standing balancing pose. So, my friends, keep your right foot on the ground, lift your left heel. Keep that standing leg strong. Now, you're gonna draw your knee up towards about hip height, and you can always keep your big toe on the floor if you're wobbly today. Open your knee out to the side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, open your knee to the side. Good, stand tall, flex your toes. Inhale, option to extend your leg. Open out to the side. Come back to center and release. Shake it out. Woo. And switch. So now your left foot stays on the ground. Raise your right knee. Flex your toes. Stand nice and tall. Pull that belly in. Open your knee out to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Option to extend your leg and then open out to the side. Back to center and release. Shake it out. Good. And now we're going to go into tree pose. So keep your big toe on the floor. Turn your knee out. Maybe keep your foot down or start to work your foot up. Whatever you choose, just make sure it's not on your knee. So to the inside of your leg. Stand tall. Your hands can be at the heart center. Press your foot into your leg into your foot. Option to grow your tree. Reach your arms up. Maybe lift your gaze. Relax the shoulders. Cactus your arms. Take a big breath in. Exhale, twist to your left. So see if you can keep your hips forward and follow that left hand. Slowly come back to center. Palms touch. Release the pose. All right. Start fresh on the other side. So your right big toe is on the ground. Open your knee out to the side and then choose where you want to place your foot. Take your time, find your balance, ground yourself. Start to reach your arms up. Lift your gaze, trust yourself. Keep the upper body soft and easy. Use the alignment to keep the integrity of the pose, to find stillness. Bring your arms to cactus. Take an inhale. Exhale, start to twist to your right. Mindfully back to center, hands to the heart, and slowly release. Close your eyes for a moment. Let's take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. All right, come to a seated position. Open your legs nice and wide. Rock the hips back a little bit. You can always soften the knees. You can even slide blocks under the knees if your hamstrings are feeling, very tight. And then slowly just start to walk the hands in front of you. But the moment that you notice your spine is rounding, especially the mid-back, pause there. So maybe this pose looks like this today for you. Some of you may come down, but remember, it's about keeping the integrity of the pose. So lengthen your spine, flex your toes. Embrace the challenge. Notice your reactivity to the pose. We're gonna stay here for a few more breaths. So make yourself comfortable. Breathing deeply. Ahimsa, to us the concept of nonviolence may have a limited connotation, political or pacifist, but the Sanskrit denotes a dynamic peacefulness that is prepared to meet all situations with a loving openness. It is the state of living free from fear. Take 2 more breaths here. And slowly start to walk the hands back. Now bend your left knee, bring your left foot to the inside of the right leg. Square your shoulders a little bit more towards the extended leg. Take a big breath in and exhale, fold over your right leg. Flex your toes, make sure your toes are curling towards your shin. Keep your chest nice and open. Feel that nice stretch in your low back, in your hamstring. We're gonna add a side stretch from here. So take your right forearm to the inside of your leg. It can be on the floor or a block. Reach your left arm over your ear. Keep that chest open. Make sure the leg is not getting lazy. Lead with your left hand, plant your palm on the ground, lift your hips, stargazer pose. Mindfully release and switch sides. Extend your left leg, bend your right knee. Adjust as needed. Remember, honor both sides of your body equally here. Inhale, stretch, and exhale to fold. I always like to rock my hips back a little bit to get my sits bones really rooted down. Go back to the breath immediately. Go into that peaceful, quiet space. And then from here, we're going to start to take the arm inside the leg. Rotate your rib cage, reach your arm up, and then over your ear. So that pinky finger is usually facing the floor, so you can keep that external rotation on your arm. Good, watch so the head is not hanging. Keep your neck long. One more mindful breath in. Slow breath out. Lead with your hand, plant your palm, lift your hips. Side stretch here. And release. All right, let's take a seated twist today. So extend your left leg, cross your right leg over. So this is a stop number 1. Usually, this is also a very, some type of twist, but this is good if you have any knee issues. So if your left knee bothers you, keep your leg extended. Otherwise, hug that left heel towards your right hip, but make sure you're not rolling out to the side. Keep your sits bones down. Glue that right big toe on the floor. Take your right hand behind you. Inhale. Exhale. Hook your elbow outside your leg. And shift your gaze towards your right shoulder. Stay very active here in this twist. Use your inhales to lengthen, exhale to twist a little bit more. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Final one. Slowly release. You can take a counter twist here. And then we're gonna go right to the other side. So cross your left leg over the right. Sit tall here and twist. We have 5 breaths. Keep your left big toe pressing down on the ground. Sit tall. Breathe in. Exhale, twist a little more. Final one. Slowly release. Take that counter twist. And then come all the way down to your backs. You can hug your knees in. You can rock a little bit. You can take a happy baby. Whatever you choose. Then curl into a tight little ball. Say something kind to yourself. And release for Shavasana. Come down all the way. Close your eyes. Maybe find a soft gaze. Give yourself permission to simply relax, rest, let your body receive. No more efforts. Relaxing your feet, your legs. Let the belly soften. Let the chest relax. Find your natural breath again. Start to deepen your breath and your awareness once again. Breathing life back into fingers and toes. On your next inhalation, reach your arms overhead. Hug the knees in. Either roll to your favorite side or rock yourself to a seat. Hands to the heart center, Anjali Mudra, the mudra of gratitude. Gratitude for our bodies, for being so capable and strong, for the opportunity to show up for ourselves today. Moving with intention, with purpose, so we can live a more meaningful life. So we may continue to be honest with ourselves, cultivate more compassion, kindness, and continue to speak our truth. From my heart to yours, namaste.